generation. Jermaine Kearse's unbelievable catch near the goal line. A play that should be immortalized in football lore forevermore. Nothing else.
Crazy catch. Y'all saw that?
Should be
Nah, that's insane. Bro, if you... I haven't even played football like that, but catching a... Bro, that is an absurd catch. So, I am a NFL noob, and with the Super Bowl coming up, I wanted to get a video that will catch me up to speed about everything football related. I do know quite a bit of information, but not enough for me to be like, oh, I really know football for real. Y'all, I'm gonna need y'all to help me out. I need this video to help me out, because I want to get my NFL knowledge up to the point where I know it as well as the NBA. So, I think this video will help me. The Hater's Guide to the Super Bowl 60. So, if you do not know anything about the NFL, we shall be learning it together. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get into it right now. Let's go.
Everyone, the grand finale will soon be upon us. Live from San Francisco, the ultimate prize will probably be fought to the death. The problem is the ticket prices will sentence you to death. You may be
ticket prices are insane. Yo, I try to entertain myself because, you know, Patriots are making it to the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? That is the city of Boston. That's where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Go Pats. You feel what I'm saying? I know this is a rematch of one of the Super Bowls. I don't know which year it was, but Seahawks and Patriots have gone at it before, and the Seahawks lost. I did try to entertain myself and go to the ticket prices. Should have never done that. Dude, you're paying a car price for like nosebleeds, bro. Super Bowl tickets are extremely expensive. I have a friend who does work at the stadium that they play at. I could get that nigga to let me in. I could potentially try to get him to let me in. That might be a very hard ask. It's the Super Bowl. They probably have security like you have never seen before at an event. Everybody in America watches a Super Bowl, bro. So it's like that's like America's biggest event ever. So I don't know. I doubt he'd be able to actually sneak me in. But dude, you gotta sell drugs to get Super Bowl tickets, bro. It's crazy.
You may be demoralized, but this is the perfect time to use SeatGeek, the sponsor of this video.
Oh. Shout out to you, but
it's definitely made it.
We'll skip this.
It can only be eulogized by twisting the. Really? It's not even about greedily going for it instead of taking the points early. Look what LA was getting crushed regardless. Thing is, their defense held its own.
All right, so what is this? What team is that? LA what versus the New England Patriots? New England Patriots were 14-3. The LA team was 11-6. Damn, that big of a difference? The LA Chargers. Okay. Now, before getting into this round, which team was the favorite? I hear the Patriots are the underdogs this year. But they are a 2 seed. Now, I know in basketball, like, there is times where, like, a good team will be a high seed, but they won't, what's it called? They won't be expected to win anything. Like, for example, was there, like... I remember when the Cavs got the 1 seed last year. Yo, niggas did not believe in the... People believed in the Cavs, but I have a friend, yo, before the Pacers even did what they did, he was like, the Cavs are not making it to the conference finals, bro. They were like, I don't trust Donovan Mitchell. I don't trust him at all. People now say the Cavs are a fraud team. But, like, they was, what, top 2 seeds the last few playoffs in the NBA? So, I don't know if it's the exact same. Shout-outs to Caleb. Oh, let me look. Caleb something. Caleb Stuff with the raid. Shout-outs to you, my GOAT. Let me keep going. Someone said LA Chargers didn't have a healthy O-line, so they never were going to go far. Herbert, the QB, had no time to throw. Fair. Cavs are training for Giannis. No, they not.
May
man.
was another
No, they not.
The Patriots were more than certainly beatable on that front. Then you get to the Greg Roman Empire. That offense was fucking bad. Combine an O-line that can't block, a quarterback that transforms into a playoff pumpkin, and they didn't know what the Pats defense was doing all game?
Damn.
That is fucking...
So, Justin Herbert is a choker, and I'm assuming he's on the LA Chargers.
Know what the Pats defense was doing all game? That is fucking damning. People keep saying Greg Roman has evolved, but he goes back to fiddling while his offense is burned. Good news, we're recreating Herbie in the pocket all year. Enjoy the battering, Greg. People call Justin Herbert the if quarterback. Shit, you're not seeing the bigger picture. The Chargers are the if team. Game and hell, they'll do something. Real Chargers hasn't been tried yet. You'll see.
So they Megumi, potential man, the potential man team.
It needs more PR and memes and a new owner and a new location and a new... Show of hands, who the hell's surprised with how this game played out? Tyler Loop missed merely...
Alright, so this is what, the Steelers against who? What team is this? I see the Steelers logo all the time. They have a very popular fan base, and I have a lot of friends from Texans. Okay. I have a lot of friends from what is it, Pittsburgh? The Pittsburgh Steelers. Love them niggas. Love them niggas, bro. I don't know who won this. They have a better seed. This is 12. This is a 5 seed. How are they 5th seed and they're 4th seed, but they went 10-7. They went 12-5. How'd that work?
to late the inevitable.
How'd that work?
Wake up, Steelers. It's time for your near-annual playoff beatdown. Sadly, you have to play a real team again. Pittsburgh fancies themselves as having a historic defense. They finally get to see one in the flesh.
Oh, Texans won? No way. Have the Steelers ever been good? Like, I hear that a lot, too. I hear the Steelers are, like, always bad. Have they ever been good?
DJ Stroud was doing everything in his power to hand them the game at every turn. A-Ron, the offense, had nothing. Why is everyone shocked? It's been happening to them all year. It was only a...
First 4 seeds are division winners. Yo, imagine if the NBA was like that. They were 11-0 at one point. Pinnacle of mid. They were mid for the last 10 years. Wow. Wow. More rushing yards than the Steelers have total yards. It's crazy.
1-point game at the end of the third, yet it felt impossible. Then the strip 6 happened, and game over. After 19 years and a bust waiting for him in Canton. An era's come to an end. And honestly, it should have happened a while ago, but it's still surreal to think about. You were hoping...
That was Michigan? I bet.
For a fresh perspective? No, you'll get Mike McCarthy in the same fucking shit. Same time next year? Told you I was sorry for the jinx. Why are you looking at me with a death glare?
Alright, what is this? Jaguars versus the Bills. Am I correct? I don't know it's the Buffalo Bills, and what's the other city for the Jaguars? I know the Bills has Josh Allen. Shout out the Truth DT. The Truth be, if you know the Truth is a Dokkan YouTuber, he be slobbering the Bills like crazy. I do know the Jacksonville Jaguars. I bet. I do know quite a bit about the Buffalo Bills because I watch the Truth a lot. I do know last year Josh Allen got an MVP over Lamar Jackson. That was highly, highly, highly debated. From what I know about it, it seems very Joel Embiid situation, if not worse. Like, I'm pretty sure Lamar Jackson cleared that nigga in every stat line. I remember seeing pictures, like, cleared him in every stat line. I don't know if Josh Allen just had a better team, or like he was just winning more, or what, bro. Like, when I remember I was seeing it on Twitter. Lamar cleared him in like every single stat, and he still won MVP. I was like, that's kind of crazy. And I do know that he always loses to either Lamar or Patrick Mahomes, and they were both out the playoffs. They're both out the playoffs. So the fact that he didn't make the Super Bowl is kind of crazy. This is like, if I was to compare this, imagine the Rockets didn't have to go through the Warriors during like 2018 or like 2019, and they still lost like another team. That's kind of what happened, you know.
Did I cause the Jags defense to be unable to sell Buffalo? Did I cause them to not?
Lamar had better stats in a harder division. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why he lost. Y'all gotta put me on to why he lost. Y'all saying voter fatigue. Y'all gotta let me know why he lost, cause I don't know. I wouldn't know. From what I saw. If I'm using my NBA brain, like, it was literally every stat he cleared. Like, unless it was narrative helping him, it should have went to Lamar. Like, D Rose, it will forever be etched in history for being the youngest MVP, but he didn't actually deserve the MVP. Like, if you look at the stats, LeBron cleared him in every single stat. But the narrative helped D Rose like crazy because everybody hated LeBron that year, and D Rose was like the homegrown superhero that would have took down the Miami Heat. The homegrown hero in Michael Jordan's jersey. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it depends. I don't know if that was the same narrative helping out, you know. Lamar has 2 of the hardest MVPs in the last 15 years, and he had 2 in a row. Damn. Shout out Lamar, bro. I wish he got to win something.
The points after a kick.
He got to win.
It was a damn fun game going back and forth, but it came down to fractions. And missed kicks by Cam Little before half. Honestly, they probably shouldn't have gotten that chance, but ball apparently don't lie. You know who else don't lie? Josh Allen. The fire god unleashed again. Sean McDermott was spamming healing spells on the sidelines and it saved his fucking job. Not even joking about that. That and nobody covering Brandon Cooks in the fourth quarter. Josh played the game of his life, carrying the Bills to a victory quite literally. Yes, at least that one was off a deflection. Yeah, Duvall will be back, especially with Travis Hunter returning, but they have to be kicking themselves. And all that consumes them are the fires of Josh Allen and people pissed at a reporter. Pack it in, boys. This is the kind of implosion that destroys franchises. Think I'm wrong? Just ask the Chargers out trying to run it back.
This is the Bears versus the Packers, right? I know my boy, shout out Brandon DTM, Brandon Do Too Much. I think he literally made a video on this on his channel. Because I don't think, at least according to him, the Bears were not supposed to win this. The Bears were not supposed to win this game. And they somehow did. They were not supposed to win this.
Out. A game where Jordan Love slings throughout the first half, secures 4 passing TDs, and devastates Chicago
Choked hard.
Did. All that momentum to come out of half on offense like that. 4 straight dud drives. It's not as if the Bears haven't been pulling comebacks out of their ass all year. As a wise man said in an NFL comment section, you can't spell cinema without Iceman. 25 points in the fourth quarter.
God
That's why you don't let your
damn.
foot off the gas. Or ideally, you cut off someone else's foot. Brandon McManus sold like he was fucking day trading.
Yeah, right here.
Congratulations, man. Here's your ticket out of the league. Seriously. We were this close to hilarity. I'll give the Panthers credit for fighting to the death.
Alright, so Panthers versus, what team is both of these? If y'all can write that in the chat, like the city and team. What are these two?
They would. I mean, they beat this damn team earlier in the year. Most importantly, LA was too busy playing with their damn food most of the time. Either dropping everything in sight or Stafford being hampered by a throwing hand injury. Blood was in the air. This was the chance for Carolina to strike. Bryce Young damn lead late. But then an old narrative reappears. How many times do we have to tell you people? Prevent defense prevents winning. You get passive against the guy notorious for orchestrating comeback drives on 2-minute drills. What the hell do you think would happen?
Crazy.
Lightning striking the ball from the sky itself? Touchdown Rams, they steal the game away. You had him. It's a fine season and shows us signs there could be something for the future, but this one kinda stings. Team chaos was not meant to be. We can only dream what could have been. Microcosm of their entire goddamn year.
Alright, Eagles against San Francisco. What's San Francisco's team called? This one is crazy. This one, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna need extra explanation on this. How did two teams that went to the Super Bowl underperform the way that they did? The 49ers, okay. How did they underperform the way that they did? Number one, how did the Chiefs not even make the playoffs? Did somebody get injured? Apparently, Mahomes was playing the whole year. I've asked people this. Apparently, Mahomes was playing the whole year. What happened? How did he not make the playoffs? How did he not make the playoffs? And how did the Eagles go from winning the Super Bowl to getting out the first round? I need both of those explained. Mahomes got hurt. The Chiefs just fell off in a year. We're frauds. So y'all saying the playoff run they had last year was a fluke? Yeah. Is that what y'all saying? Like, did they have a weak run last year? Was it like the Golden State Warriors in 2022 where they kind of just like, they low-key cruise? Like, they weren't actually that good of a team, but they kind of like ran into the right things at the right time? Type. For sure, yeah, they were frauds last year. Okay. And so what about the Eagles? What was the Eagles? Someone said it's their Eagles. The Eagles play calling is terrible. They said their OC is terrible. Damn. Do y'all think Mahomes is gonna ever pass Brady in rings? If I'm not wrong, he's at 3, right? And he was about it. He would have three-peated if they won last year. Carried by Mahomes and Kels, they just fell. Eagles also just fell off. What did the Eagles fall off? Like, did anyone get injured there? Or Chiefs went 15-1, but none of their wins were by multiple touchdowns, so they were all close to the wire. Brady got 7. Yo, Brady the GOAT, nigga. God damn. Yo, Brady the GOAT. Yo, football. I know, like, football, hockey, golf are like some of the only sports where the GOAT is like undisputed, bro. Damn, yo, that nigga got 7. Yo. Yeah. That's absurd. Mahomes is surpassing him in stats, but he's not catching him in rings. Probably not. If y'all saying it's that bad, what could they do to improve the team? Is it like basketball? Can they like make a bunch of trades? Can they like sign a bunch of new people? Or like draft? How does that work? What would they have to do to completely like overhaul their team for real?
I get pissed at the Eagles. You're against a team that's been injured to all hell, featuring a defensive practice squad guys at this point. Hell, it kept happening with George Kittle suffering a torn Achilles. Oh, Philly's talent and Fangio's defense more than doing their job, they still lose? Well, if it isn't self-inflicted judgment day, what is there to even recap? Been saying it since October. The offense repeatedly and predictably played with fire and got burned for it. The 49ers have a real head coach that can adapt. The Eagles don't. That was the difference. Philly legitimately pissed away a season due to a gigantic clown that refused to fire an even bigger clown calling the offense. It's so infuriating because you could see it coming from a mile away. Talked all the shit of A.J. Brown only to imitate A.J. with terrible drops left and right. The season's on the line, Kevin. What do you call? Or Bert's fucking genius. Sooner Sirianni and Patillo remaining a Burger King drive-through, the better off football will be. Patillo's finally out as OC, but his stench will linger on.
Is this actually a weaker era of defense? Someone just said that in the chat. Is this an actual weaker era of defense? Yeah, wow, they lost by barely too. 19-23, damn.
How the hell do you piss away a dynasty like this? There are plenty of reasons why I had no faith in the Bills to do anything this year. Yet why they felt wasn't...
Actually, when he lost this game, I was seeing a lot of excuses on Twitter. Do y'all think, is he correct? Is he, what's the name of this YouTuber? He's Urinating Tree. Is he correct? Josh Allen, is he the reason why they sold?
There's a plenty in an implosion that might have broken an entire city. I'm not being hyperbolic. A season where everything lined up perfectly. It was
I had 4 turnovers, goddamn. So they low key should have won this. So you're telling me they messed up that much in the game and it was that close? They messed up they got 4 turnovers, messed up that much in the game, because turnovers in football is huge. It was still that close. So there was just a better team. They just completely choked. They completely choked from what I'm getting here. Wow. Is this like, now I remember I did say this as a joke, and then someone in the chat was like, this is not basketball, you can't do this. Let's say, can Josh Allen request a trade? Or can Josh Allen just leave the team, like Lamar Jackson? Can they be like, I want to get out of here, trade me to the Patriots, like trade me to any other team? Can they do that? Can they walk in free agency? Can they do all that? Or like, is that not possible? And if not, why? I'll let the video keep playing.
Your answer is promoting Joe Brady? Honestly, sounds about right. The way such an incredible defense should be punishable by death. The Texans not only did that, they pissed on the mass grave.
We got great music choice. Shout out Final Fantasy VII.
Any attention whatsoever this year.
I gotta add this song to my playlist.
Was offensive, a living war crime. It was that bad in Foxborough. No run game and a porous O-line. And when they needed him at his best, C.J. Stroud openly shit his pants. A man who called himself a top 3 QB delivered a top 3 choke job of the postseason. 4 terrible interceptions in the first half. And he honestly should have had about 4 more. C.J. had the kind of game that gets men run out of town. Honestly, that defense should be given machetes and a purge night. New England was right for the take.
I remember this too. People, I saw so much, what's his name, C.J. Stroud slander for this game. And insane. Did he play that bad? Dude, niggas was calling him everything under the sun. There's no way. Was CJ Stroud that bad? Was he that bad? Hey, shout out my dog Brandon. We was just talking about your video in here. Shout out to you, bro. Someone said, yeah, but it's extremely rare, and there's not really a better situation to go to. Free agency is basically not a thing in the NFL. They can franchise tag you for 2 years. They don't sign you an extension. Damn. If you're an elite player, especially a QB. So you can't really move teams like that. You really can't.
Drake May repeatedly got consumed by a swarm, yet their counterpart repeatedly prolapsed as we all expected. What should have been the 85 Bears becomes the 77 Falcons. An afterthought. That's the most infuriating thing of all. Time to take a long, hard look in the mirror, boys.
I think Mahomes and Brady is going to be what LeBron versus Jordan is right now. For it to be similar, Mahomes would have to go to like 14 Super Bowls and like lose like 8 of them. But like there'd have to be a reason for him to lose the 8. Like right now it's not close cuz like Brady won 7 out of 10. Like Mahomes would have to go to like 14 and he'd have to, and if he lost like 4, like if he lost like 7 or 8 of them, but like they were against like the greatest teams of all time, then like yeah. That's why LeBron still has a case even though he has 4. Cuz like he has like everything to go with a GOAT case besides like a DPOY and the same record of Jordan. But like I would say out of the 6 losses, there is a valid excuse for 5 of them. And then one of them being 2011, he just sold. 2010, if you believe the Delonte West stuff, then yeah. But he should have won. He should have won that whole year. Because everyone says that he sold against the Celtics. The Celtics still brought Lakers to 7 games. And like the 7 games, Game 7 was decided by like 6 points. So like if LeBron was that much better than the Celtics and he should have won that, imagine what he would have done to the Lakers. He would have destroyed them niggas. He should have won 2010 too. So I'd say there's 2 big years where he sold, but out of how many years did he play? 23? That's like the only 2 where I'd be like, yeah, nah, you just sold. You just sold. LeBron also sold 09. I think the Magic just went lights out. He dropped. How much did LeBron average against the Magic, bro? Like what, 39, 9, and 9? I'm not saying you sold that, bro. You didn't sell averaging that stat line, man. I'm sorry. You didn't sell averaging that stat line. He did really good in 09. He just got hoed. 010, I say he sold. You could say 010 he sold. 011 he sold. 2007 was his first one, and then like everything else, he just went against the greatest teams like ever. He went against the Spurs dynasty. 2014, he was the best player on the court. His whole team just was complete garbage. 2015, lost 2 of his best players. Went against the greatest team of all time for like 2 years too. It's like LeBron. You could say LeBron has more excuses than not. Mahomes does not have that though. Mahomes had, how many Super Bowls has he been to? Like 5? Won 3 of 5? 3 of 5. Correct?
Was following the damn train, CJ.
What's funny, Biggs?
LeBron averaged 38, 7, 8, and 7. Yeah, that's insane. You can't say somebody sold. That's like you can't say 38, 8, and 7, and you're saying he sold. Nah, I think there's got to be other factors, bro. Got to be other factors. And plus, the Magic that year, if I'm not wrong, is either them or the Spurs. They shot the 3. As well as MVP Steph Curry did, bro, as a team. Like they were insane. I don't know what was wrong with them niggas. They was on crack. They should have got drug tested like Paul George. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes been in 5. Yeah, okay, I bet.
I mean, obviously something frightfully funny is going on.
No, honestly, sir.
Well, as it's so funny, I think you better be selected to play for the boys' team in the rugby match against the Masters this afternoon.
With the steam, Shaheed breaks through. Still going. Youth check gonna run a little option, and that's not gonna work.
Wow.
Over the middle there, good throwing catch. It's time to.
People are saying the Seahawks are a really good team, and they're saying the Seahawks are gonna dog walk the Patriots. Who was the favorites of? Who was the favorite coming into this series or this game? The 49ers or the Seahawks?
Who lost the football and is picked up by Julian Love.
This was a blowout. I'm seeing it's 10-0. Seattle by far? Oh, I bet. God, 24-6.
That's time. A lot of it. There's just nobody open. Now underneath he goes, and that's intercepted. Sprinting through. Walker's got another.
Wow.
Running for his life. Chase out. Throws as far as he can take it. It's not
wow.
I both want to
Damn. Nah, they got smoked. Now, this is the game I think Chicago lost. I think Chicago lost this. I remember, I know Brandon posted this. He got sad. I know I had like a few friends post this like they were sick. But I know they fought well. Because I remember before the game was over, niggas was dumb happy.
But at the same time.
Wait, the Rams lost this or the Bears? I thought the Bears lost this. Yeah, that typo. Okay, no, okay. I'm about to say. I swear the Bears lost this match. I swear the Bears lost.
Pope himself yet squanders it with a barrage of self-inflicted wounds. Mostly an offense that couldn't solve the Rams' Rubik's Cube. Or bad Caleb picks. Either or. Yet even then, this game was always within reach. It was a tight contest for the casual fan watching. Late in the fourth quarter, Chicago goes down the field late. They get near the Rams' goal line. And tragically fail.
Wow.
You know this NFL year, they'll get another shot. The Bears have thrived off unsustainable comebacks, and it almost happened again. Fourth down. Caleb Williams gets the snap, runs back 30 yards, yeets the ball, and it somehow becomes a touchdown catch.
Damn!
No chance of succeeding.
No way!
At its finest. The Rams faltered on their
That must have been crazy to watch live.
Momentum in the world.
That must have been insane to watch live, bro.
Combust. And Caleb throws another terrible pick. As deflating as DJ Moore jogging on the play. Congratulations, you're also getting run out of town, buddy. I'm still proud of the Bears. It's an outstanding season with memories that'll last a lifetime, but still, this could have been so much more. The lost things, you had the Rams, man. You fucking had them. God, that is agony.
Damn.
Sometimes the most agonizing chances on one of the final plays of the Bills game. Jarrett Stidham does not unlock Tebow Mania. Nowhere close. Does Nix lead the Broncos to a win? I don't know, but he certainly isn't pulling that bullshit Stidham did deep in Bronco territory. An elite defense once again squandered by an inept offense. The real culprit, as I expected, was Sean Payton. He got greedy and didn't take the points in the first half. With a backup QB, John McKay would be in favor of executing this travesty, and the elements would confirm this belief. You thought it was just massive snowstorms to the east? Oh no, it's affecting Mile High as well in the second half. Both offenses would fall to the spell. And it was especially true for the kicking game. With all those missed kicks, it'd sure be nice to have those 3 points now, wouldn't it, Sean? Instead, you get ducks by Stidham to seal your fate.
Damn. I know this was on the snowstorm day. Yo, that snow looks terrible. How do you even play through that? That snow looks terrible. This was on the snowstorm day. Damn.
Girls being taken out back in mass. Such a shame. You know it was going to be a heavyweight bout. Round 3 with the Seahawks with everything on the line, a chance for vengeance for blowing a chance at endless SoFi Stadium goodness. The best team analytically remaining in the dance. And the Rams came up short. If that isn't the story of their season, I don't know what is. Glorious chances undone with their defense going cold at the worst time. And their Achilles heel being stabbed at repeatedly. Rams special teams occurred. Their disastrous play muffed everything yet again. A shot at momentum immediately swinging the pendulum for 6 points to Seattle. That was the difference. Not even joking. Sadly, there's only so much Rick Woolen can do to give Seahawks fans endless heart attacks. LA couldn't solve Sam Darnold. He changed out his armor to prevent poison damage. Previous tactics were ineffective. Battle to the very end only turns into a what-if campaign, and watching as Jackson Smith and Jigba burns everything in sight. Stafford, trying to fight with everything in vain, gets towards the goal line, has the game in his hands, and they come up empty. In the end, Seahawks prove themselves.
Damn.
LA strangled in their sleep until it's too late to overcome.
This game was the real Super Bowl?
Worth the price of admission. Can we just run this back for the Super Bowl? I figured these playoffs were going to be as intensive and wonky as the regular season was. They most certainly didn't disappoint there. A January like few we've ever seen, one that kept us on the edge of our seats in pretty much every game. Welcome to the new age. And leading the charge is... of course it's fucking them. All this chaos and bullshit throughout the season. The wide open landscape with fourth quarter lead changes exhilarating and exhausting us for months, awaiting the fresh faces in the Super Bowl, and it's the Patriots. Man, the gods are insanely cruel bastards. You don't understand. After Brady left, they were done. Absolutely dead in the water. Years of AFC strangulation undone to the joy of everyone else. We were dancing on the graves of tattered hoodies and Kraft Velveeta memories. Bill Belichick was incompetent. Mac Jones was ruined. Gerard Mayo was their handpicked successor who was only competent at
incompetence. Yeah, we was terrible for a long time.
They fucked their glorious tank at the final moment. And the Patriots still returned? You're not supposed to be back here this fast. You have to suffer for decades on end. It's been written into stone. That's always how it goes. You luck into the easiest schedule known to man, dominate everything in sight, and then go into the playoffs and dominate everything in sight. Chargers forced into a brownout. The Swarm became offensively.
Now, was their schedule actually that easy? Everybody's been saying that. Was their schedule actually that easy? Who they have to go against? What was their schedule? Who'd they go against if it was that trash? Long time was like 3 years. Yeah, I know that we were bad for a minute. When did Brady left? Like what, 2019? And we were not good that whole era. If I'm not wrong, we was bad that whole era. I forgot about football. We had the Celtics at least. Yo, Celtics dude. Y'all complain about the Patriots, nigga. The Celtics haven't been bad since we had the big three leave. We were bad for like I think a year, and then we immediately got back with Isaiah Thomas, and then we immediately got back with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. We were, dude, you a Boston fan, my nigga? You never have a bad sports team, and the Boston Bruins are like literally always good. You know, come on, bro. There's teams that have been trash for 20 years. Can't be Boston, bro. Can't be. You can't name a single. I'm pretty sure the Red Sox are really good too. There has never been there can't be a Boston sports team that has been bad for longer than 3 years. I don't think. Celtics ain't been bad since like 2015, and they were only bad for like what, 1 year. Celtics were never that bad, bruh. Celtics are like the. Like, OKC's never been bad. OKC had, like, 2 years of them being trash. Like, 2021, 2022, and I think 2023 they had a losing record, too. But, like, OKC never been bad, but they haven't been a team for that long. Celtics never been. For how long they've been in the league, bro, they've never been bad, bro. They never had, like, a Lakers. Like, you know when the Lakers were bad from, like, 2010 to, like, 2019? They have never had that, bro. Like, the Celtics have literally been good for, like, forever. And they only had one singular bad year. I think it was, like, 2014, 2015. And then they immediately went back to being really good.
Swarm.
They had the number one ranked easiest schedule and had the easiest playoff schedule, the Patriots. Damn. Hey, we still made it, though. We might get... We'll see if we get slammed. Y'all saying the Seahawks are going to, like, legitimately put the craziest belt. Everyone I've been seeing been saying that, so... We'll see. Ain't over till it's over, bro.
Led by a man cast off by the Titans in a power struggle, learning from his previous mistakes. Coach Vrabel has himself quite the quarterback in his arsenal. Drake May. The emerging superstar that's transformed this moribund outfit into a true contender. Pats refused to...
Also, have they announced MVP? Who won MVP? Or they have not shown that off yet? Who's winning?
With Mac. But Drake rises above the clouds to become an MVP candidate in his second tour of duty. Mayday hasn't done well these playoffs, but he has played the best defenses his conference had to offer and came out on top. Tremble in fear, AFC. The old boss is back.
Has been announced. Who is the MVP leaders right now? I know Drake May is one of them. Who's someone else who's high up there?
From vacation. He's complemented by a running game of the bruising Ramondre Stevenson, free from earlier fumbling woes. And Travion Henderson, the big play threat shining with every long-range burst of yardage gain. Drake's receivers on
Stafford. What team is Stafford on?
Biggest names in the world. Okay, Stephon Diggs, but he was coming off an ACL tear and a maligned end in Buffalo. This year, he's back to elite form as the top dog. Kayshon Bouttie's been a solid emerging option throughout the season. Matt Collins and Hunter Henry become
Rams, I bet.
For the team. And depth pieces like Demario Douglas and Austin Hooper. Their O-line is respectable, although Will Campbell's been hurt, so he's not at prime form. But still, it's a huge part as to why their offense is revived from the dead. I'm not joking. Did you see how bad it was last year? It's night and day. Their defense is also revived from the dead, and it's courtesy of overhauling the unit in free agency. Milton Williams on the defensive line, K'Lavon Chason is their sack specialist on the edge, former Titan Harold Landry, Carlton Davis in the secondary. Huge parts of the puzzle. Christian Barmore's been more than assaulting offenses as well. Christian Ellis and Robert Spillane controlling the second level. Jalen Hawkins and Craig Woodson on safety patrol. Not to mention Christian Gonzalez, the shutdown corner. One of the elite of the AFC, boasting silenced wideouts at every turn. Finally, the talents of Marcus Jones. It's not just strong defense that he's known for, you know. Have you seen his feats in the return game? It's been one of the biggest weapons in the art of special teams. Patriots' one-year turnaround has been remarkable and unprecedented, to the chagrin of the rest of the AFC. You thought you were free once the Chiefs were gone. You can't kill ideas. They merely fade and rise with the tides of time itself. Now an unexpected opportunity has emerged from the shadows of a once dreary basement. The 7th Lombardi. Total team superiority. As their rivals seethe into the long cold night, the Bills will further be broken. The Dolphins will sink into the ocean itself. The Jets. Salt flowing from all corners of the football globe. And there's only one team that can stop them. These past few years have been quite middling for the Seahawks.
All right, let's see. Let's see what he says about the Seahawks. I think I'm pretty sure he's leading into him saying that the Seahawks are gonna win. But let's see if his predictions are right.
Team, but one that never struck the fear of God in their rivals. Too many flaws throughout the roster. They're coaching way too stale. The QB situation solid, but was never gonna get them over the top. Lacking the threats needed to go the distance. Squarely stuck in the mid-tier. Seattle can't do anything as constructed, and they're too good to dismantle and tank. Bold gambles had to be made. Some completely maligned at the time, but an overhaul is the only way forward. Staying stagnant pleases no one. They must try to improve or die trying. It started with trading Russell Wilson a few years ago. Continued with shedding longtime head coach Pete Carroll. DK Metcalf was shipped east when he was looking for a big payday. Most importantly, Geno Smith got a one-way ticket to Las Vegas.
I know that nigga. How good is Metcalf? I know that name.
Wholesale changes for men who weren't going to get them back to the promised land. And in hindsight, they came out of those moves like bandits. Crushing San Francisco like they did, then upending a Rams team of so-called destiny. Enough said. That's in spite of preseason concerns. To replace Geno with Sam
Metcalf mid, really?
Darnold, the same dude that completely imploded his final 2 games as a Viking? The McDarnold's memes? Mono Man? Seeing ghosts? Old narratives washing away in a sea of retribution and revival. It's been a long road, but in his greatest test this year he succeeded with flying colors. The Rams owned him for games on end. Until now. His Jim Plunkett arc can be completed with one more win. His previous reputation near permanently forgotten. And the chorus he asks for help is a strong one. Zach Charbonnet's out with a torn ACL, but K9's still rolling along as if nothing's changed. A strong runner for a strong offensive attack.
Oh, he's physical, but he's not actually good. Fair.
Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. JSN has emerged as one of the best wideouts in the game. A breakout campaign on top of last year's breakout campaign. Leading the league in receiving yards, a potent threat in all aspects of the game. Even if a great corner's on him, he won't be stopped for long. Better if tried. If you somehow manage to stop him, you get Cooper Kupp. The Rams wanted him to retire, you know that? So much for that with him still performing as he is. A.J. Barner emerging as a strong tight end in the passing game in the process. We can't ignore the home run threat of Rashid Shaheed. When he gets looks on offense, he makes them count. Huge impacts in the biggest moments. Shit, you can argue he got them here with his punt return TD against the Rams in the regular season. And he only cost them a 4th. It's all brought together by a strong offensive line. They keep Darnold upright. Maulers in the run game. Men who do their job and then some. The best kind of line. And then there's the defense. You have your evil empire. Welcome to the dark side. They'll consume your attack home with a lust rivaling a man with Sidney Sweeney. Enter from the edge DeMarcus Lawrence. Former Cowboy in the Super Bowl. Jerry Jones could never. Fellow veteran Leonard Williams still eating interior lines and QBs alive at every turn. Byron
Look
Murphy
up Ray Lewis's biggest hits, and you'll see what I'm talking about when I talk about weaker defense. I'm gonna have to look that up. Someone in the YouTube chat said, "Who is your most talented QBs currently in the NFL?" I do not know the NFL enough to answer that question for real. I really don't. If there was a team that I liked with the limited knowledge that I do know, it would be Baltimore. It would be I do like the Eagles and Patriots, obviously. Like, it'd be those 3 for real. Like, other than that, like, I don't really know. I don't know enough about football to really, like, be like, oh, I like this guy, I like this guy, I like this guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like that. At least for football. For basketball, it's Celtics, whatever team LeBron's on. And I like Anthony Edwards a lot, too. So I kind of want to see him succeed. And I like Wembanyama, too. Like, so, like, and NBA, I like more so players than like teams. Teams, it's like I really want to see Celtics go crazy because I'm from Boston, and I would love to see LeBron go crazy because I really like LeBron, and I really like it'd be a lot easier for me to cheer for the Bucks if the Bucks were good. So I'm kind of just a Giannis fan. But yeah, if I was to pick a team besides them, though, I'd say if there was any team I'd stand that's not the Celtics, it'd be the Sacramento Kings. They have too good of a crowd. They need to have a good team. The Sacramento Kings is crowd. Like I would legitimately fly out to Sacramento to watch their games. They have such a good crowd. They need a good team. They need a good team, bro.
A career year. Ernest Jones and Drake Thomas letting few pass in the linebacker core. Devin Witherspoon, their strong #1 corner, and Russ Wilson trade prize that keeps on giving. Josh Jobe emerging by his side. Reek Woolen. Julian Love. The Giants legend shutting down the skies with Nick Emanwari's rookie strength as a worthy counterpart. How can you say no to a defense that features Kobe Bryant? Different spelling, but you get the point. Seattle getting back here for the first time in over a decade isn't just vindication. We have an honest-to-God grudge match, hearkening us back to a moment that shaped a generation. Jermaine Kearse's unbelievable catch near the goal line. A play that should be immortalized in football lore forevermore. Nothing
That's
else
a crazy
happened.
catch. Y'all saw that?
Should be
Nah,
immortalized
that's
in
a
football lore
insane,
forevermore. Unbelievable catch.
bro. I haven't even played football like that, but catching a bro, that is an absurd
Play that
catch.
should be immortalized in football
That's
lore
not in real
forevermore.
time. That is absurd right there. The amount of people in Florida that are fans of Lamar, the amount of Florida niggas that are Raven fans because of Lamar isn't even funny because he's from Jacksonville, is he not? It's crazy. He was working at Foot Locker a week before the game, mind you. No way. Say swear.
Nothing else happened afterward. That was merely a bad dream.
Working at Foot Locker is crazy. Aren't NFL players millionaires? I'd assume if you're like some of the other random niggas, you don't get paid that much. But like, I'd assume you don't have to work at Foot Locker, my guy. Shout out Rivation with the prime sub. You the GOAT, bro.
Team finally taking that next step in destroying everyone in their path. There will either be mass relief in West Coast celebrations or mass horror and sacrifice of every other fan base throughout Foxborough. Victory will surely be at hand. For somebody. Honestly, the Super Bowl's house money for both teams. Neither really expected to be in this spot at the start of the year. Seattle may have had a potential case, but New England? Who the hell
Who are the favorites to come into the year if he's saying that? Who are the favorites to come into the year?
saw them here? But that doesn't mean the taste of eternal glory is optional. Both will be fighting hard. And I firmly believe Seattle's got this in a very tight contest. McDonald's officially declares Chapter 11 bankruptcy in the form of JSA. The Patriots have had a good run, but the Seahawks defense is too strong. We all succumb to the dark side. And the 12s lord over us all and suffocate the West Coast for months. Most of the NFL would celebrate that, to be honest.
An amazing performance tonight.
So me, I'm going Patriots, even though I know the whole world hates the Patriots, same as the whole NBA hates the Celtics. That's why Jason Tatum's hated so much. Yo, Jason Tatum, if he was in any other jersey, he would be the face of the league. It's actually sad too, cause in Boston, the love for that nigga is crazy here. You go to any game in Boston, you see his jersey, but like niggas hate him here. So I'd assume the Patriots. But Brady was so good, I don't see Brady hate like that, but I see Patriots hate. Niggas hate the Patriots. But so y'all was saying the Bills, the Ravens, and the Packers were the favorites, and none of them made it. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, NFL is very unpredictable. NFL is extremely unpredictable. Hey. Great video, urinating tree. I will definitely, we gonna have to get the knowledge up for this as well. I have a World Cup one in the vault as well. So if y'all want to see more noob reactions, let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna catch y'all